interest in research has always been there for me. So I did a degree in science as well as psychology at Simon Fraser, and I had been on the other end of the spectrum of trying to recruit people for research studies. We see the value in it, so we said, yeah, sure, contact us, because at any point, even though you're contacted, you can opt out at any point, right? If the study doesn't fit what you're looking for, or the timing's not right, or whatever. They're constantly looking for people, so if that particular study isn't right for you for whatever reason, then there'll be another one. And yet, on the other side, how important research is in order to advance our knowledge and progress a little bit further. And so if the timing worked, and certainly while I was on maternity leave is an ideal time to do those sort of things, because I don't have work conflicts and those sort of things. So happy to be able to kind of give back, so to speak, and participate in something that I think is important. Think about research, or you think about the development in new medications, or you can think about the advancements in different science, what you traditionally think of as science, but what you don't think of is that social science as well has a lot of advancing theories and things that need to be tested, and there's constantly research going on in different divisions, whether that's social science or what you call kind of more traditional science. So no matter what it is, we're pretty keen to help where possible. One of the first ones that we did was a little bit more involved, and that was introducing supplements, whether you were a blind group or not, it was Amelia when she was a baby. So it was when she just started eating foods and introducing supplements into her diet, or placebo, if you will, depending on what group you were in. So that one was a little bit more involved. It involved things like blood work and some ongoing testing and things of cognitive abilities, I think. So it was an interesting study. So I didn't know exactly what to expect from that one, because some of the studies that I had been used to have been more, questionnaire based or that sort of study. So this was a little bit different. So I don't know if I had many expectations going in, but it was definitely interesting to be a part of. Her behalf, because it wasn't me getting the blood. Relatively painless experience. Of course she cried, of course she was upset, but she got over it quite quickly and
got a sticker.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. And you know what? If you asked her, she's 5 now, she would have no recollection or memory of this. So maybe a little bit of mommy guilt, but you know what? It was fine, and they have a great staff there that know exactly what they're doing and how to deal with children. So if there is a place to get it done, by all means, we're lucky enough to have that. When you say misconceptions, actually that's probably one of the biggest ones, now that you say it, that I can think of, being like, okay, if a big corporation, which is usually where the money is for funding is coming from a larger scale study, is funding this, then there would be necessarily some bias. And if a study is done correctly and appropriately, then that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. But big research studies that involve, a lot of participants and a lot of, if they're multi-center, all those sort of things cost a lot of money. So some of those can come in the form of grants or whatever, and those grants could come from big industry or big companies. I think it would depend on how that's done and if it influences how the study is conducted. I think truly it probably shouldn't influence how the study's been conducted. If the study's done in the correct way, or research done in the correct way, then there shouldn't be any sort of bias or an involvement from that perspective. It's kind of neat to see what people are studying out there and where the interest is and where that's going. And it was fun, I think, more fun for my kids, and that was the interestingly surprising thing for them. Most of the studies that Alec was doing, because we were doing this while I was on maternity leave, he was under a year old, so fun for him was, it's all relative.
Yes.
But his big sister, who got to participate in some, game-oriented and those kind of studies, she really quite enjoyed those and enjoyed the kind of little rewards that went along with that. to give? What does the travel look like? Am I gonna have to go somewhere? Is it in my house? And I think the easiest answer to that is really it depends. It depends on the study, and it depends on what they're looking at. Every commitment level is a little bit different. So we've participated in everything from going out to UBC on campus and spending a half an hour of our time, or when I have both the kids, they'd schedule them accordingly back to back to work with my schedule to make sure that if I was going to do both of them, that it was going to maximize my time. They always made sure parking and stuff was taken care of, so I never had to worry about that. Or transit, if you were transiting out there, that your transit cost was taken care of. So you're never out any of the costs for the study except for your time. And for me, a lot of those ones that I was working on happened to be during maternity leave. I had the time then because I didn't have work schedule to work around, so it was kind of fun for me to get out of the house sometimes with both the kids. It actually forced me to get out of the house. And then, we'd usually do something fun on the way back. So I take both the kids out, either we'd go for lunch or do something, go to the park on the way home. So that was our little outing for the day. So I think being a part of a nutrition-based study is really important, especially one of the ones we did was looking at, reestablishing or changing the guidelines for healthy eating for young children. Of course, as a mother, that's really important to me because I want to know that those are being, updated, and we're constantly looking at what's important or what's changing in the average diet, and making sure the kids are getting everything that they need nutritionally to be successful. So I think just that inherently is really interesting to know, what people are looking at and what my participation in it has, hopefully helped.